And how many of you are just getting started using social? Perfect. I love it when there's a few hands go up for that too. My mission today is to make this presentation all about you. I want to be able to leave those of you that are using social with a couple of tips to help you to really grow your business and really connect and share your message. And for those of you that are just getting started, I want to be able to show you the power that social has to be able to grow your business. So wow, we just heard a ton of great new updates, amazing new products, just so many exciting things. Aren't you guys excited? Excellent. So we're going to spend a bit of time here going into a couple of different strategies. We're going to talk a little bit about Twitter and Instagram, and then do a deeper dive into Facebook, and then talk about some key strategies that you can take away right here, right now, and start implementing so you can really start to get some amazing results. Now, we're going to go through a lot of information, and I know some of you will probably be writing down frantically, but we've got a little bit of a surprise for you as well. In your back office, you're going to have a downloadable PDF that's going to talk about everything that we have here today, as well as step-by-step instructions so you can actually start to implement it. Plus, later this afternoon and tomorrow, a lot of your fellow presenters, they're going to be having different workshops to be able to show you how they themselves are using social, different tools and different tactics to really grow their business. So you'll be able to learn from all of the fellow people here in the room, which is very exciting. So I really love hearing and seeing how Younique is really taking social media and really using it with your business. Because really, I honestly believe that marketing has completely changed. None of us likes to feel sold to. We've all been in that situation when it feels like you're going into a used car sales store and you have these guys just going after you trying to sell. Social media is not about that. Social media is no longer about the stuff that you sell, but the stories that you tell. And that's really, really key. You're all storytellers, and you each have a unique and amazing story to be able to share. And that's what we want to pull out and what we really want to be able to share across all the different platforms. So the question often is, how do you start to share? How do you start to really tell your story? And it starts with your why. How many of you spent a little bit of time diving into really figuring out what your why is? Excellent, a couple of you, perfect. So your why is really, one, why are you in social? But more importantly, why are you part of Younique? And that's a really key question to really start to answer. And it could be something so simple as you want to make a little bit of extra cash for your family to go on a vacation. Maybe it's you want to quit your full-time job. Or maybe there's something bigger you want to dive into. Supporting a cause, building schools, whatever that might be. But if you really want to get in touch with what your why is and why you want to be a part of this and why you want to share your message. So is it okay if I take a couple of minutes and just share with you my why? Thank you. So I have been doing social media for about 12 years. And like every single one of you, I've also been involved in direct sales. And it was with direct sales that I learned so much. I learned not only a lot about business, but a lot about myself personally. And one of the key exercises that they took us through was really starting to figure out why we are part of the business. What is it that we want to achieve? And I thought I knew it. I wanted to work for the first 5 years and take the next 50 off. I was going to go and have the big fancy house, I wanted the nice fancy car, I wanted the complete life of luxury. And that's what I was really starting to drive towards. Then something happened. About 3 years ago, my cousin ended up passing away from brain cancer. And I remember being at his funeral. And I remember standing there and seeing all the pictures coming by. And I looked at that, and I looked at his wife and his 2 kids. And I thought, oh my God, this could be me. I was burning myself out. I was working a corporate job. I was driving to and from work for an hour, hour and a half a day. I was just burning the candle at both ends. And I thought, is this what it's really worth? Is to just hustle like this and end up in this situation? So I took a bit of time and I reflected. And I started to think, what do I really want? And that's when I realized that the fancy cars, the fancy house, that doesn't matter. That I wanted to be happy. I wanted to love my life, and I wanted to give back to others. So Monday morning, I went in and I gave my letter of resignation to the company I was working for. My hands were absolutely shaking. I had no clear plan of what exactly it was I was going to do, but I knew that with social, I had the ability to be able to work with people like yourselves to share a message and create something bigger in the world. And it's unbelievable how the universe provides, because I have such amazing opportunities like standing here today with all of you. And it's strongly because I really figured out what it was I wanted and what my why was, and I shared that with everybody else. And that's what I want you to be able to do as well. Whether your why is that you just want to be able to support your family, or is if you want to be able to create something more in the world, there's so many people that are looking for that exact same thing. And I want you to be able to dive into that and figure out what that is and start to share that message. And you're with an amazing company that is all about mission. That's all about the why. That is something so much more. Younique is really about uplifting, empowering, and validating women. And that's such a strong message to have. So really getting on board and supporting that mission, or pairing it with something of your own, that's the power of social. That is the power of spreading a message. And you each have an ability to do that. One of the best ways to be able to share it is through social media. Now there are hundreds of different platforms that you can participate in. And it seems like every week or every month there's a new one coming out. You have Periscope, you have Snapchat, you have Meerkat, you have all these other different platforms that are coming out. And it can get very overwhelming and really exciting to be on all of these platforms. But my one piece of advice for you here today is that I want you to actually take a moment, stop, and think about what it is you want to achieve online and start being strategic with it. What I want you to do is to pick one or two platforms and dive deep into those. And really start to focus, build a community on there, build your business with those one or two platforms. And then if you really feel you're having success and you want to take something else in, then you're able to do it. But so many people get so excited and end up starting 12 different platforms. And for the first month or two, it's great and it's manageable. And then by the end of it, it's just way too much. It's extremely overwhelming. And the next thing you know, they're just posting content the exact same across all the different platforms. There's no story, and it's just a lot of work to manage it. So make it easy on yourself and be starting with just one or two platforms and growing it from there. Now the next thing you want to do is that you want to also think about how your message is showing up online and what that looks like. When you think about when you're viewing your feed on Facebook, for example, you're seeing a lot of pictures of your friends and family and different people in your circles. When you're having a business page though, or when you're posting content about your business, that message is showing up next to people's friends, family, going camping, getting married, having babies. So you want to make sure that your content is showing up and it's not seeming like it's an ad. You want it to really be able to flow into and be organic like the rest of the feed. Because people are experiencing your message besides all the personal ones. So really focusing on creating a message that is going to be something that's going to be able to relate to them. One of the best ways that you can be able to do that is creating content. Now I want you to take a quick moment here and take a look at this image. So if you saw this image on a Facebook page, and then with the caption above it saying, order your 3D lashes today, $29 US, message me to order, and then a ton of hashtags. Tell me what you think, what's the emotions that come through when you see this post? Very busy, exactly. It's very busy. If you think about how people consume content online, most of it is through mobile devices. So they're on their little tiny phone, being able to look and read all of their updates. An image like this is going to get squished in, hard to see. It's going to have a lot of text that's just going to muddle the whole entire experience. So you want to try and think about how your customers are going to be consuming and reading your content. Now take a look at something like this. One clear image, and a statement that says, imagine having the perfect lashes every day. Now you can. Lashes meet 3D lashes. How does this make you feel? It's exciting. It's a little bit more bringing you towards an emotion. It's getting you like, hey, I want to learn more. If you saw this in your newsfeed, you have one clear image. It's really clear and crisp of what you're being able to look at, and a strong call to action, and something that really entices and hooks the mind. So it's really creating content that's going to be able to attract your audience. And so one of the ways that you want to do that is through what I like to call the 4 E's of engaging content. So the 4 E's are educate, engage, empower, and entertain. So educate, and you've heard a lot about this already, showing people how to properly apply their makeup. You don't want them to look like Jason, like he did earlier today, after they're done applying their makeup, right? So show them, give them tutorials, show them and educate them how these new products are going to work, how they can apply it. Maybe it's also giving some coaching around a business, or different strategies that they can do to be able to grow their team. How-tos, facts, videos, images, all this type of stuff can be really great and helpful. The next thing, and probably the most important, is the engaging part. That it's not just enough to post something and then expect other people to comment and like and share and not have you engage back. You really want to be responding back, asking questions, liking, commenting, engaging with other people's content. And then there's the empowering part. That a lot of people really want to feel inspired. They want to be moved. They really want to have that bit of inspiration to help them. So is there ways that you can help to build up your team? Is there ways that you can help to inspire other people? Just to live a life that's a little bit better, a little bit happier. Creating content around that. And the last one is the entertain. We all have very busy lives. And most people, when they go online, they are trying to get away from their busy day. They're maybe just put the kids to bed, they're maybe commuting home from work, or they just had a long day. So thinking about how you can make your content entertaining. Videos, photos, those are the 2 strongest forms that you can be able to use that can really create engaging content. So now when we start to dive into some of the different platforms, you want to be able to take this content and position it in many different ways. So how many of you are currently on Twitter? Love it. And how many people are not on Twitter or are still trying to figure out what the heck Twitter is? I love it. Twitter is by far one of my most favorite platforms, but is the #1 platform that everybody goes to me, I don't get it. So Twitter, to sum it up quickly, is a microblog. It is a platform that asks the question, what's happening? And you respond within 140 characters. A character being anything that you touch a screen with. So numbers, letters, spaces, hashtags, links, photos, all of that. And this update goes out into the newsfeed in real time, and then people are able to subscribe to your updates by the way of following. Twitter is a fantastic network to be able to really grow an audience. One of my favorite ways to be able to use Twitter is to really be able to listen and to engage with people. Twitter has a global reach, so you're able to connect with hard-to-reach influencers and really connect person to person with people, get to know who they are. Use it for a research tool, trying to find out the latest about different marketing strategies and tools. There's so many different abilities that you can have with Twitter, and it's super powerful. The key thing with Twitter is really having that engagement side of it though, really being able to connect with others. Now, probably one of the most fun platforms is Instagram. How many people here are grammars? I figured. And how many of you are still are not on Instagram? Not very many. Excellent. Instagram is probably the fastest growing social platform out there right now. It is super fun and it's super exciting. So Instagram essentially is really a platform that you're able to create your own online magazine. You're able to take really great images and then use the app to enhance them even further. Instagram is one of the best ways that you can really help to build trust and show your personality. Because images, they're one of the strongest ways that you can get a message across. We've all heard the saying that an image is worth 1,000 words. And by sharing little snippets of your life and what you're doing, it's a great way to help to build that trust and show your personality. Instagram is a mobile-only app, so it does make it a little bit challenging to try and direct traffic back to a page on the website, but it's still a great way to increase traffic, and there's a lot of different tools that you're able to use with that. And most importantly, it's a fantastic way for you to be able to build connections and fuel other marketing channels that you have. So using Instagram as a way to take pictures, add filters, build with it, and then sharing that on other social platforms is a fantastic way to be able just to get other ideas and other really great images to be able to share. Now, the #1 platform that there probably is Facebook. There are a lot of people up. Exactly. Facebook is probably the truest of all social platforms. It has so many capabilities that many people don't even dive into. it is one of the best ways to really truly build a community, really engage your fans, create advocates, and really help to grow your business. So we're going to spend a little bit of time diving a little bit deeper into Facebook. So we're going to go through how you can create a page, talking a little bit about the art of posting, and then some strategies to help you to be able to not only market on Facebook, but with other platforms as well. So as we go through this, what I want you to also think about too is that, again, there's a lot of information. So I want you to pick 1 or 2 strategies that you're going to want to be able to take, implement, and use, and start with those. Because if you try to apply everything we're going to talk about, you're probably going to get a little bit overwhelmed with that. So let's dive in and look at the page. So quick show of hands, how many of you have a Facebook page? Excellent. And how many of you do not? Perfect, okay. For those of you that do not have a Facebook page, this is something you really want to have. So a lot of us have the profile page. This is your personal page that you have set up. By Facebook rules and terms, you are not allowed to be able to promote your business on your personal profile. Now that's not to show you can't share a bit of content, but you really want to be using your page as the way for you to be able to market your business. Creating a page also has a lot of additional benefits. 1, the back end has so many details about analytics and different tools that you can be able to learn so much about your audience. You're able to find out where they live, the demographics, what their interests are, so much information. One of the big things too, as well as your personal profile, has limits. That your personal profile, once you reach 5,000 people, you're no longer able to be able to have more people become friends with you on your profile. On a page, it's unlimited. So you have a complete opportunity for you to be able to have hundreds of thousands of people being able to follow your page, and then you can run advertisements for them as well too. So it's a fantastic way to be able to grow a business. Now when it comes to posting, there truly is an art to posting. Not many people realize that Facebook has an algorithm, so that everything that you post on your page is not seen by everybody that likes your page or is friends with you on your profile. There's about a couple of 100 different types of items that determine what the algorithm is, but to sum it up, it's into 3 categories: affinity, weight, and time decay. So to talk a little bit about affinity is the relationship that somebody has with you in your page. So that if they happen to see you posting a lot and they're liking, commenting, engaging it a lot on your different content, or if a lot of their friends happen to like your page as well, or when you create your online events, they're always attending them, that affinity is very strong. The second part of it is weight. And weight has 2 sides to it too. The first type is the type of content that you post. So of the type of content that there is, we have images, video, links, and plain status updates. Of those, which do you think is the most popular type of content? You guys are smart. Exactly, videos. But video, if it is updated and uploaded directly into Facebook, not linked through YouTube. The next is then images, and then links, and just plain status updates. So what you want to do is you want to mix up your content a little bit, not having too much of one type of content. So if you really see that your Facebook page has a lot of different links that lead out to other pages, and you're not getting a lot of engagement, you might want to take a bit of time and start focusing on some other content like images or like video. The second part of weight is how people engage with your content. So we have comments, shares, likes, and clicks. Of those, which do you think is the most popular type of content? Shares. Anybody can guess why? Because when somebody shares your content from your page, they're endorsing your message. And it is the strongest type of content, the strongest type of engagement that you can have. A lot of people get really excited by having likes, and likes are really great, but having comments and shares helps your message travel, helps you engage, and helps you learn a lot more. So what you want to be doing is you want to be creating content that's also going to pull in these other type of elements that people are going to be liking, commenting, sharing, and really engaging with your content. The last part is time decay. This focuses on really making sure that the posts that you're having are very relevant. Time decay stops it from having a post that had 100 million views from being the top of your newsfeed every single time you log into Facebook. So can anybody guess what the average lifespan of a Facebook post is? 48 hours. 48 hours is the average lifespan of the post, with the first 3 hours being the most critical. So you really want to make sure that you're timing your posts. So it's not good enough just to say you've taken a picture or you have a piece of content and you're going to upload it at 10 o'clock at night. That's not always going to be the best case. You really want to make sure you're timing your content appropriately. So how EdgeRank looks is it looks at all of these different types of metrics and a few more as well. And by this, it determines who's going to see your content and who's not. So for example, what might happen if you have 100 people that like your page, Facebook's going to automatically show that to say 5 people. If they engage with that through liking, commenting, and sharing, Facebook's going to go, fantastic, this is great content. And they're going to show it to a few more people. And now say 20 people see that post, and more like and comment and share. Then it's going to show it to more people, and so on. So that you have a stronger, what they call an EdgeRank score. And over time, if you create really engaging content that's always getting a lot of engagement, then when you go to post something, it's not just going to go up to 5 people, it can go up to 50, 60, or 100% of the people that you have liking your page as well. So you really want to focus on having really engaging content. Now, one of the tools that are in a Facebook page to help you with this is in the back office, you have a section where you can be able to focus on the best times to post on your page. This is specific to your page. So if you go into your Insights section, there's a section here that's going to show you all of the fans that you have as part of your page and when they are most likely to be online, looking at the last 7 days. So what you want to do is spend a little bit of time each week, go back here and see what the best time is for you to post. And rather than posting it when it's right at a peak, you want to actually go and you want to actually post it on it's going up to the peak, because you have 3 hours where you really want to get that attraction. So you want to post it at the lower part so you're getting that next 3 hours so you hit its peak, versus posting here and then the next 3 hours less and less people are going to see your content. So in the back office we have a demonstration of where you can find this and how you can be able to locate where the best time to post for where your customers are. In addition, Facebook has its own built-in scheduler that you really want to utilize. A lot of people use third-party tools like Hootsuite, which is fantastic, but you really want to be using the Facebook scheduler because it's such a great tool that you can be able to just schedule everything in there up to 6 months in advance, and you're going to get much further reach with it as well too. The next thing you want to do with Facebook as well is you also want to take a look at exactly how your content is trending. A lot of people will just look on their Facebook page and say, I got this many likes, I got this many comments, great. But you want to go and dive a little bit deeper to really find the full story. So many people have privacy settings set so high that you can't actually see their engagements on your posts on your page. You actually have to go to the back end so that you can actually be able to see what's going on. So spending a little bit of time here as well is really important to help you know what people like, what they engage, and then look at starting to post more of that type of content as well. So now we get to the fun part. Now we get to start to dive into some of the strategies that you want to be using to really help you with social media. So the first one is linking your profile to your page. How many of you have met somebody new here this weekend already? Yeah, everybody, exactly. When that happens, whether you're at a Younique conference or you're at a conference somewhere else or you're just meeting somebody in a coffee shop, chances are they're probably going to ask you, are you on social? And they would like to connect. The most common one they ask for is Facebook, where they're going to go to your personal profile and connect with you. So what you want to do is you want to set up your profile so that in your About section, it links directly to your page. That way people can very quickly and easily be able to go from your personal profile to liking your page and then receiving all of your updates and learning more about your business. So in the back office, where you're going to have that downloadable PDF, we walk you step by step exactly how to do that so that you're able to start to grow your Facebook page even further. Images. Images are such a strong medium to use. They are one of the best forms of content that you can be able to have to tell a story. So you really want to be focusing on having really great, strong images. Try to avoid the blurry images. Try to avoid having multiple images crammed into one. Again, because most people are on mobile, you really want to make sure that you have a really strong, crisp image. Younique has done a fantastic job in having a lot of great images for you to be able to use, and I definitely encourage you to take advantage of that, especially with all of the brand new products that you guys have coming out, which is so exciting. So really taking advantage of these images and being able to use them. But it's not just enough just to take those images and use them for yourself. You want to personalize them and customize them. So one of my favorite tools to be able to use is a tool called Canva. This is a free tool that you can use to allow you to have overlays, to put fonts on, to add watermarks, and to really help bring your images out so they're personalized. Plus, there's nothing worse than having images show up in a particular in a Facebook page or Instagram or on Twitter that aren't properly sized. So Canva has the dimensions already built in for you, so you can create your images and make sure that they're sized perfectly. So later today and tomorrow, there's going to be a couple of workshops that are going to be talking about other ways that you can use images and how your fellow presenters have also been able to do that. As well, they're going to be also giving you some courses on how to take the perfect selfie, which is very important. And so using Canva on top of those selfies, on top of those personal images that you have, that's going to be another great way to help get your message across. One of the most popular types of content online is quotes. So finding ways that you can be able to inspire and empower your audience. As we talked a little bit about too, it's about also finding that why and sharing that message. So inspiring and empowering people doesn't always have to be about the positive. It can sometimes be about the struggles that you're having too and how you overcome that. Because when you do that and you open yourself up to be a little bit vulnerable, amazing things can happen. Because other people have those same stresses, those same fears, and those same problems that they're dealing with. So by you sharing your story and how you overcame it, you can inspire others to be able to do the same. So again, really diving in and really sharing your personal message, because all of you here are storytellers. And you have to think of yourself as a media company. That you right now, at this time, and you have the best opportunity to be able to communicate your message with the world. You have the same access to all of the tools that these big brands have, but you have that personal connection. You have that personal touch and that personal story. And that is clearly powerful and what you really want to be focusing on.
Check your phone, Terry's been texting.
The next one you want to be focusing on is adding value. This is something that's so great. And with all these new products, there's so many great videos, so many great tutorials, so many great things that you can be able to do. Using Google Hangouts, using Periscope, using YouTube, using Facebook, using all these different channels to really help to add value and educate. One of the best things that you can do is showing people how they can use the product. So rather than coming out and asking people just to buy the product, it's showing them how Younique's products are unique. Showing them how to apply these different products, and also maybe even talking a little bit about how they can grow their business. When you can be able to educate people and show them the value, people are going to be a lot more receptive as well too to be able to listen to your message. Taking people behind the scenes. You guys looked awesome last night. It was hilarious to see so many of you dressed up in amazing style. It was fantastic. For those of you, this is your first time to Chicago, that's really exciting too. A lot of people back home will never get an opportunity like this. Share your story behind the scenes. Talk about this great trip here to Chicago. Talk about the exciting new products. Talk about the people you're meeting, the experiences you're having. When you start to share your story in a way that's very organic and just fun, people start to take notice. And what better way than if you come back from your trip and a couple of friends of yours come up to you and say like, wow, it looks like you had an amazing weekend. I didn't know that this is what your business does. I would love to learn so much more. It's a great opportunity to get people really excited to see what it is that you do. So take those selfies, take those pictures, and have a little bit of fun with it. And bring them along for the journey. Because so many people never get to go behind the looking glass to see what you're doing. So really get them involved with it as well. Number 6 is engaging your audience. Social media is about being social. Yet I bet probably less than 10% of the people on social really truly focus on being social. We are so concerned about what we're going to post and how people are going to engage with us that we don't always remember that there's other people that are trying to do the exact same thing. So what I want to challenge you to do is to be that top 10%, to really truly engage and to really connect with people and connect with your community. One of the best ways that you can do this on your own pages and on your own channels is asking questions. What questions tend to do is they hook the mind and they build a really strong relationship. Because when you ask a question, it requires somebody to take a minute to think about it and to respond. And there's a little bit of fear that comes in with that response that goes, oh my gosh, is my answer the right answer to that question? And they get a little bit fearful with it. So your job then is to go on there and to comment back about how great their response is, like their comment, and just really encourage them about how great of a job that they did for just commenting on it. By doing that little thing, that person that left that comment goes, whew, I was okay, my answer was good. It seems kind of funny, but it's a really big science. And when you can really ask people questions, engage, and really thank them for responding back, they're going to have such a stronger connection to you as well. And then as you start to ask more and more questions and build this relationship further, you can start to ask a lot more difficult questions. So what I've done for you is that in that PDF, I have a list of about the top 15 types of questions that you can ask and little starters that can help you so that you can really create engaging content to really start to get your audience to respond back to you and have a little bit of fun. Thanks. Creating online events. This is the cornerstone to your business. And it's something that you guys do fantastically. So later today and tomorrow, again, a lot of these breakout sessions, you're going to have your own presenters talking about how they have built their lines and created online events. And they can be very, very powerful. My biggest encouragement, though, to you when you're creating online events and you're inviting people to it, make sure that you're inviting the right people to the events. There's nothing worse than going into Facebook and getting invites to hundreds of different events that either one, somebody can't attend, or B, they're just not interested. It's better for you to have quality people attending your events, engaging with your content, than not having anybody at all. So really focus on bringing the right people into that. So your fellow presenters are going to be able to walk you through a lot of what it is that they've been able to do and using online events to help. Now, we've talked a lot about adding value, engaging, and really trying to connect with your audience. But at the end of the day, you still need to run a business. You still need to make a profit. You still need to be able to grow your team. So it's not a bad thing to ask for the sale. But there's a couple of things that you want to think about. Number one, if you're creating a content that is very engaging, that's very personal, and it's very authentic, you want those content that is also going to be asking for the sale to be exactly the same way. The last thing you want to have is all this great content, and all of a sudden when you go to ask somebody to purchase or to sign up, it feels like it's an ad. Keep it conversational, keep it fun, and but don't be afraid to ask for it. A good rule of thumb for being able to talk about sales and promotions is what I like to call the 4-1-1. So what you want to focus on is 4 pieces of content that are value added, that are videos, that are images, quotes, behind the scenes, just all of that added stuff. Then 1 piece of content that is not your content. It can be something from corporate, it can be something from a team, or it can be something third party, like the amazing Dove videos that they do, but something that's not from you. And then 1 piece of content that is asking for that sale, and that's very conversational. When you do this, you're going to have a stronger engagement with your audience. There's nothing worse than feeling like you're being sold to every single day. So don't allow your content to be shared that way either. Really focus on being able to have a great variety of content. The next thing you want to think about as well too is customizing your message for each platform. Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all of these different platforms operate in very different ways. And so you really want to make sure you customize them. This is one of the other key reasons why I really don't encourage you to go and start 12 different accounts, because you really need to learn how the conversations happen. Each platform is really just like their own little cocktail party, that they dress differently, they talk differently, they engage differently, and you really want to be able to know how that works. For somebody that tends to use Twitter a lot, there's really nothing any more frustrating than going onto Twitter and seeing the headline of a bit of a post and then the link to a Facebook page. You really want to make sure you're using it organically and really taking it step by step with it. So the other thing I really want to encourage you to do is to not link everything together. It's really tempting to use your Instagram app to post a picture and then link it to everything on social. And you really want to, again, just take a bit of time, put that picture only to Instagram, and then use that picture again, resize it, redo it up so that it's going to look properly on Facebook, Twitter, and any other platforms that you really want to focus on using. Particularly for Instagram and for Twitter, you really want to focus on having a strong profile and a strong bio. When people go to follow you, one of the first things they're going to do is click on your account and go to your main page and get to learn a little bit more about you. And we all tend to sometimes do this with our bios, where we talk about what we do, and then we try to get people to buy. We want them to click the link below to sign up or to learn more. And what I want you to do is I want each of you that have a Twitter or an Instagram account to take a moment and to look at your bio. And I want your bio to focus more on what it is that you do, how you can help, and what it is that you're passionate about. For my bio, I talk about being a social media consultant, speaker, sustainability advocate. I'm a coffee, wine, chocolate lover, and a runner to burn it off. More people connect with me because I like chocolate, wine, and coffee than anything else. So I want to encourage you to be able to look at your bios and also try and figure that out too. What is it that makes you unique? What's your own personal story? Are you a mom? Are you a soccer mom? Do you love dogs? Do you love cats? What is it about you? Bring out your personal uniqueness and show that in your bio. Yes, talk about the fact that you are a presenter with Younique, but also talk about who you are as that person. Because people don't do business with brands, people do business with people. And so you really want to show who you are as that person so that they can connect and that they can be able to resonate with you. The next one, and probably the #1 strategy that I have definitely used to be able to grow my business when I was in direct sales as well, is what I like to call the thank you strategy. So what a lot of people tend to do is kind of what we talked about when it comes to engaging content. They're so focused on what they have to say. And so what I want you to be able to focus on is really being able to engage with other people. The easiest way to do that is when you have new people that follow you or new people that like your page. Most of us, if you are a Twitter or Instagram user, you're going to go and you're just going to press that follow back button. Or some people, they just have the follow back button and they go, thank you very much for the follow. Take it a step further. Get to know that person. Click on their bio. What does that say about them? Are they also a mom? Do they also have a dog? Do they also coach soccer? What is it about them that really makes them unique? And then connect with them on that level. If you happen to like wine, tweet them and say like, hey, my favorite type of wine is a Malbec. What's yours? Really get to know who they are. Because what happens is that we're so busy putting out our content, hoping people will engage, that we don't go out and engage first. So when you can be that one person that goes and engages with them, they're going to be really blown away that you took the time to get to know them, and that's how you're going to be able to build those relationships. I promise you that if you were to spend the next 3 months and 5 minutes every couple of days just going online and being able to just engage with people, like their page, like their content, follow them, really ask those questions and get personal, your business will explode. Because nobody wants to be social anymore. We're all concerned about what we have to say. So be that top 10% that really wants to know other people, really wants to be able to help them. So when it comes to being able to create content, we want to be able to really take all of these different concepts that we pull together and pick the ones that work best for us. So focusing on creating engaging content that's going to educate, engage, empower, and entertain your audience. And it's not to say that you have to do each and every single one of these with every one of your posts, but next time you go to upload your selfie or you go to talk about a product, just take a moment to stop and think, is there a way that I can be able to share this message that is going to educate, engage, empower, or entertain and inspire somebody to do something with it? And focusing on engaging from that point of view. Because how you show up online is how people will perceive you. So you want to think about when you're posting things, if you saw somebody else doing that, would you want to do business with them? And would they want to do business with you? And this is really important because that's where, again, you're going to build that connection and people want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So really focus on becoming that person online that you really want to be for your team and that people are going to want to work with as well. And in social media, it's those little interactions that can truly lead to big results. So being able to do those little tiny things like engagement, making sure your images are sized perfectly, and doing these little things will lead to tremendous success in your business. And of course, it takes a bit of consistency. Social media is a marathon, not a sprint. So really take the next 3 months, pick 2 or 3 strategies that you learned from this weekend, and start to apply them. And if nothing happens in the first week, keep going. Correct and repeat and keep trying. And have a bit of fun and talk to other fellow presenters and really learn from one another to be able to grow your business. Because that's where you're truly going to have this great experience. So on that, presenters, I want to thank you very much for your amazing energy.